Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody on this Monday call. Today is the 2nd of September. Wow, the year is almost over. It's the 2nd of September, and we're here on the Monday evening. We are ready to learn. Wow, it's Ramin. Hi, Ramin. Good evening.
Everybody. All right.
Surprise.
I know I'm not as much of an expert as SVP or I look as good, but you got me tonight. You like it or not?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I am wonderful. You know what? It is time. We don't need bios. We get going. Tell me about you. So how long you been with us?
I joined in September 23rd, 2020, during pandemic time.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
What motivated you to be the hostess tonight? Tell me. I want to hear that.
Pardon?
What motivated you to be the hostess tonight?
Okay, so it was one of the, I think it was on Saturday. I was going through my, we have a lot of groups on our WhatsApp groups. So I was trying to delete a lot of messages. And before I deleted, I bumped into this Zoom invitation. And it was happening at that time. So I said, okay, let me click. What is this? So I clicked on, and it was a Saturday training, and it's the day that everybody was cheering up about for Ifra when she has just hit the top high. So I listened,
Okay.
and I was like, the thing that she said about Opulence, about the Fountain of Life, how it has helped her and how it has helped her mother. At that time, I was struggling with my diabetic, my blood pressure, stress, lockdown, and everything. And I said, you know what? This is very interesting thing. So at the end of the call, you guys said that contact the person who invited you. I didn't even know who sent that link in the group because it was a big group. So I went so fast in the group and see if I have deleted that message. Unfortunately, it wasn't deleted. So I messaged the person who had sent that message, and that was Mariam Adam. So since then, I got connected with Mariam Adam. I bought Fountain of Life and the toothpaste. While I was waiting for my Fountain of Life to deliver, I was going through the YouTube channel, learning about Fountain of Life, learning about Opulence Global. And because I had done different network marketing, I had enough of every single network marketing. But Opulence Global was an open book. Every information was online. So that really attracted me. So when my Fountain of Life came in, I started taking it. I remember I took the full dropper. After 3 days, I was completely a different person because every morning I wake up very tired. You know, with diabetic, you have like a fatigue, your body is tired. You don't want to get up from the bed. That day, I woke up 5 in the morning to pray. I had the energy that I have never had for a long time. That was an ignition for me.
So you've been at this using that for 3 years?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I've been with Opulence ever since. I joined as a LA right away. Mariam taught me everything, and I worked really hard. Less than a year, I became LD1.
Congratulations. Very good.
Yeah.
And listen, you know what? I love it. I want to tonight actually talk about that. Different use cases. You know what I love about your story is that you said, well, I got in, I kind of clicked on the link, and that was kind of interesting. That I went on YouTube, did my research. That's fantastic. That's just fantastic because when somebody does that, because they know what they're doing, obviously your experience from different companies, you knew what to do. When you take the time to research a company, learn about them, then your foundation gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And when your foundation is strong, then you're here 3.5 years later being a hostess. If somebody just gets in because it's hype or whatever, then next hype, they jump into that next thing. So it's fantastic. People always ask me, so how long does it take to learn Opulence? It's about 100 hours. About 100 hours. You got to do 100 hours of research. You don't have to do it one time. Yeah, you can take the first week and just spend 100 hours. That's what I do, morning and night. I just love information. Or you can take your time. Just get on some of these calls on a weekly basis and do some on your own. Go on the YouTube channel and just watch a bunch of stuff there. And very soon, you're going to find. 100 hours, you get the basics of the Opulence. The basics. Not like you're an expert. Some of the big experts of our business, they put 1,000 hours into this. But that happens over time. But here's the thing, though. That's a 1,000 hours is not a lot lifetime. It really isn't. What's 1,000 hours? It's not a lot lifetime. So, I think in a month, a month is about 1,000 hours. So it's not a lot to be an expert. The problem is a lot of people that come into our business, they don't take 2 hours to actually understand what the business is. And of course, so our job as leaders is, and I'll get to the product in a minute. Our job as leaders is to understand a lot of people that come into our business, they don't take the time to learn the business. And our job is to make sure that we do our best to make sure that that's happening. That's why we came up with that rule, the 12 commandments, that has to be done on both sides. It's being programmed now. If it doesn't, the wholesale profit doesn't go out. Because when I travel, I see a lot of people who launch other people, and not only they did not go through the training, basic training, of course, the duplication happens, right? You always get a duplication. The question is, what type of duplication are you getting? Did you put in your time and duplicate the process properly? Or did you not put in your time and you duplicating that ignorance properly? So, and of course, you don't want that. You don't want a team that's uninformed. You're building this for a reason. You want to last, right? You want to get paid. Some of these people with a company over a decade, right? Almost 2 decades. That's what you want your business to be. And how you do that is how you want longevity, is how we have a hostess tonight in 3.5 years, or 4, actually more than that, but 4.5 years. You want people like that who are in the business, they're properly trained and informed, and now they're generating CV for you on a monthly basis for the rest of your life. That's where Opulence, we call it the lifelong residual income. Lifelong residual income. All right. So tonight it's going to be interactive. It's going to be a fun call tonight. Interactive fun call tonight. So I want you to tell me some of the weirdest use cases you're getting out of our products. Some of the weirdest, not the regular stuff where you eat it and you use it. Like, I'll give you some. So I'll get you started. I want you to put your hand up and give me some of the weirdest testimonials either for you, your team, or your customers. Said, I use Divine for this. I use the Fountain of Life for this. I use Sterling for this. I use a night cream for this, or the Flawless line for this. Now I want you to come up with some really fun and weird use cases, because our products are so, especially the FOL. FOL, be all end all, right? From A to Z, everything. So very first thing, I'll start you up. How many of you guys remember that we worked really, really hard a few years ago to create a deodorant? You guys remember that? We wanted to create deodorant. So what we did, we took the 2 most powerful ingredients that we have, which is microsilver, and then the Fountain of Life extract, and we put it, and we went through labs, and we had a roll-on, and we had everything. And it worked perfectly for about 3, and we sent it to the most problematic places, the hot climates, people who say, hey, I want to try this, because what we find in hot climates, they use antiperspirant for deodorant, which is very, very toxic. You know, what an antiperspirant, because deodorant doesn't work for them, right? No deodorant works for them in the hot climate. So they use antiperspirant. What antiperspirant does, it blocks the pores so you won't sweat. But that's not healthy. The reason why you sweat is your body is getting rid of toxins and salt, and it is cooling off. When you sweat, your body's cooling off. You've got to let it do that. But when you put antiperspirant, and what happens is that it blocks those pores. So your body doesn't have odor, but it's not healthy. And antiperspirant has been linked to a lot of problems, lots of problems. So I said, you know what, we got the most powerful, antibacterial products. I mean, Germany, the German military is using the microsilver that we have in the military gear, because if these guys are in some desert with their gear on, they can't take a shower every day. There's no showers there. They use the microsilver. They have the special undergarments made of this within the microsilver to kills all the bacteria, so they can take a shower for 10 straight days. At least they got the microsilver protects them from bacteria. And so, of course, we got the fountain of life. It's three things, right? Antibacterial, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant. So that's another one that is fantastic for that. And of course, it's liquid based. How perfect is that? See my face, how smooth it is? I shaved today. I went to the hot tub. No, I'm not sure why I'm red. I'm not actually red. It's the screen here. So I was just in the hot tub in the steam room, and I was shaving. I came out, and I just love FOL. But that's not a weird thing. So I called Thomas. I said, Thomas, so we created. So we took our microsilver and the fountain of life, put in a roller, and then we made it deodorant out of it. It had no scent, which is good, but we wanted to test it out, right? So we started with a bunch of people that we knew that they were really interested to try it, and we found out that they were saying that, well, it works perfectly for about 4 or 5 hours. After that, you have to reapply again. When that happens, is one reason. It's because that means it's been washed off. It's been washed off. Even with the cream that we put on and stuff, so if it gets washed off, then it wouldn't work. Now, I knew at the time that the fountain of life itself works perfectly. I mean, I've done testimonials on this in the last years and years. Many of you done as well. One time I was traveling, and along the way, I thought I was going to get home, so I didn't bring anything with me. It was a hot summer day. It was a convertible. I had my convertible. I was just driving, and the highway was shut down. So I got about 500 kilometers to go, and the highway shut down. I was so tired, and there's a little town there, and so what I had done is that when I left, I used some FOL, because I knew the FOL attaches itself to your body. When you add FOL in other things, it doesn't anymore, because now it's a cream or something, right? That gets washed off. So the problem with FOL and microsilver was, when we put it in the microsilver cream, microsilver got washed off, and it took FOL with it. So that's why every 4 or 5 hours you actually had to reapply, because it sweats and it washes off. So, but I knew when I used FOL by itself, nothing. It would stay. So one time, I was traveling, hot day, convertible. You can imagine the sun, and the highway was closed. There was a little town at a casino. So I'm going to go in. Turns out it was a good day at the casino. I was working. I was playing, and I had some friends there. And 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I'll just get a hotel here and leave tomorrow. So I went to the room, and I went to sleep. The very next, remember now, I got 24 hours, right? Next day, I got up. What do you do in the morning? You take a shower, you put more on, and you just kind of leave, right? I got up, and I'm thinking, it's been 24 hours since I had the fountain of life on in its hot, in the heat of the summer, and my body had no odor or anything like that. I said, I can take a shower as usual, what I normally do, but I really want to test this thing out. I'm driving anyways. I'm going home. I'm driving. There's nobody in the car. So I think I'll put the top down in this heat again. I'm going to test FOL. I'm the tester for everything, or fashion line, or sunglasses, or shoes. I test everything in a very harsh manner because I always want to know. So I said, you know what, I'm going to take a shower. I'm not going to take a shower this morning in 24 hours. I'm actually going to get back in the car. I'm not applying anymore. I'm just going to get through all the while. It took me another 4 hours. Long story short, 17 hours later, I realized I was getting sticky and stuff like that. That's that. So that's how well the Fountain of Life. It's the absolute best deodorant in the world. And I've been talking about that. Is my voice coming out? Because someone says no voice. Give me a sound. Give me a sign.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Yvonne, put your volume up. Probably your volume is down. So so I've been using it. So last 5, it's more than that, I guess 18, 6 years. For 6 years, I've not used any type of deodorant. 6 years. I use the Fountain of Life. As a matter of fact, what do I do today? I took a shower, Fountain of Life when I shaved, Fountain of Life, I ate it, right? Of course, when I had my shampoo, my hair's looking so good too. People always tell me like your skin's so like it's just thick. If you remember a few years ago, I had these big patches. I mean, so here's the thing: once it's bald, you can't get it back, but you can make what you already have very thick. So for me, my hair is a lot thicker, than I had these spots, these big bald spots before. I mean, FOL is just craziness. So I've been telling all of you guys, use FOL as your deodorant. Don't buy deodorant. Use it. Don't use antiperspirant. Use FOL. I've even tried this. I've done 4 drops, it works. 3 drops, it works. People are different, by the way. So you need to do what I did. I found out for me, 2 to 3 drops in each arm, it's fine. It works perfectly. Here's another thing, too. Here's another thing. When you take a shower, make sure you dry yourself before you apply FOL. Can someone tell me why? If it's wet because you just took a shower, why does it need to be dry before you apply FOL? Well, because if you don't, the water washes it off. That's why you want FOL to attach itself to your skin. So make sure it's nice and dry. I've tried this one, by the way, as well. So it's nice and dry, then you put it on, and it's incredible. It's the most amazing deodorant. So I called Thomas. So here's a weird testimonial. I called Thomas the other day, Dr. Allen, and I said, look, I know because they do other products. And I said, can you make me a deodorant? He says, well, because I've been telling him I use it. He says, well, you've been using it for 6 years. Why do you need deodorant? Just you keep using it. I said, it's not for me. So here's the thing. What I said to him was this. I said, give me, because what we have is a food grade. It's an expensive one. I said, give me the topical version, because he has one. That's what he's had for 25 years, right? The topical version. He uses a skincare line and different things, sunscreen. I said, don't give me not the food grade that we have. Give me the topical version, and let's add some scent to it, and then we make that into a deodorant. And then he says, well, we can do that. But, I mean, the topical version is going to work as good as yours. It's not any better than yours. It's that yours is good for internal use also. But yours works just as well topically. We can use a topical version, but you can't eat that. And then you have to make sure people know that, okay, different packaging and all this stuff. Make sure people don't make a mistake, and because you cannot eat the topical version. And I don't want people to think that's the same thing. But, if you really want to try this out, why don't you take your bottle of FOL if you want scent? Because he said that topical internal version that works perfectly on the skin anyways for topical use. Our version works perfectly for topical use anyways. So he says, why don't you take your favorite perfume, open the top, you spray your perfume in your FOL, voila, you got a scented deodorant. That's my weird testimonial. So I was in Dubai a little while ago. I bought this deodorant. It was like, I don't know. Sanaz bought her. It's crazy. It was like really, really expensive. And the reason why in Dubai is because they use like 90% essential oils. When you buy perfume from the store, it's like 10% or 8% essential. This is alcohol. That's why it doesn't last. When you buy it from that part of the world, it's like almost no alcohol. It's all essential oil. So I took my expensive perfume and I started spraying in the bottle of FOL. I was like, been using it ever since, and it smells fantastic, and it works fantastic, and you feel like you put perfume on at the same time, right? So that's what I say. Because yeah, just take your perfume and just put it in your foil. Just make sure you don't need it. Which by the way, I did one time. I tried to take the sticker off, but it's so hard. So I bent the sticker. I put it away in my drawer. One day I wasn't paying attention. I had it out. I put it here, and phone rang. I came back. I always take my phone to eat it, and I choose the wrong bottle. I put them out. I just tasted perfume in my mouth. Like, I had to go wash my mouth and stuff like that. It's not cool, having perfume in your mouth. But it was, anyways. So that's my weird testimonial. And David, you're probably laughing in the background there. What do you think of my weird testimonial? Thomas told me, put your favorite perfume, put it in that foil, use it as a deodorant or any type of body thing, and there you go. You got yourself a scented deodorant at a scent that you actually love, which is your very own favorite perfume. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, I don't have my camera on. Yeah, no, I think that's a good application, because everyone has their favorite, perfume, whatever you want to call it, cologne. And our body chemistries are very different. So if you found one that you like, because I do know that some colognes don't work so well on people, but other people it's just magic. So if you have one, it's great to use it as a deodorizer. If you can do that, it's great. And what you're doing is controlling the bacteria count, of course. So that's what you're trying to do. And FOL will do that. So I think it's a good application for it. And then you smell good at the same time. So it's a wonderful.
But here's the thing. Remember years ago we tried to do deodorant, but then we mixed it with microsilver, and the carrier got washed off. So every 4 or 5 hours, they had to reapply. But see, FOL doesn't wash off. FOL stays with you. But when we added it to microsilver, it got washed off.
Right. I remember that. It was too bad because I thought theoretically it worked really well.
It did.
And it was I was really sad. It was a nice product, but yes, when I heard that people had to reapply it after a few hours, it became impractical at that point. It's hard if you're working and you're in a meeting, or you're going to a meeting, you have to reapply something, at noon. You're going, no, it's not very good in terms of practice. So it was unfortunate that reality hit us. Hit me really hard because I thought it'd be a perfect product.
But that's not just our problem, because I know when I was using deodorant, it's been years now, I had to reapply on a hot day.
Yeah.
So everything washes off,
Yeah.
except FOL by itself. I don't know if you were part of the call earlier. I was sharing. One time I went through I think like 30 hours. When I apply FOL directly without anything, for me, even up to 30 hours work driving with a topless car in the sun, Toronto, Ottawa, casino overnight, 30 hours actually worked for me. So it's fantastic. Guys, those alcoholic stuff that you're going to put in your deodorant, it's not good for you. And it doesn't make sense. It's not logical for you to go spend money in products that you already have the use case. People don't buy products because they want products. People buy a product because they try to fulfill a use case, right? You don't want to buy a shampoo because you want to buy another bottle sitting in your bathroom. No, you want a shampoo because you want to wash your hair. So we buy use cases. We don't buy things. We buy use cases, right? So you already have that use case being the fountain of life. And I just give you a tip. Take your favorite perfume, take one bottle. Don't do what I did. Write on it or something, because I did put it in my mouth one time. And put your favorite perfume. And I love to hear your testimonial. Send that to the office. We have this obsession now with testimonials, and we're going to keep throwing gifts at you guys. So make sure you do that. So that was one of my weird. By the way, David, tonight's a weird testimonial night, not the regular stuff. The weird
okay.
testimonial night.
Well, I think people don't realize the power of testimonials at times, you know. And there's a lot of great testimonials, and people are keeping it to themselves. And I think that, you know, it would really help people, especially new people, understand the power of a product like Fountain of Life, like Divine, if they knew exactly how other people are applying it. So I think that in this type of industry, with the MLM industry, you know, it's sort of funny. People are storytellers. They are sharing. And so they should share among each other, not just with their client base, but I think they should share among the membership because it just makes you that much stronger. So uh, I hope they do. They should. I
Here's
encourage
my
all of them.
second weird testimonial, and this one, again, I know a lot of you guys need this because so summertime here in Canada, we don't get that too often. So when we had Canada, we're wearing our loafers and those things, right? And what happens when you wear loafers without socks? Your feet dries up, right? It dries up. So, and then if you're in a hot climate, it's the same for you. If you're wearing flip-flops all the time, you're not wearing socks, then your feet dries up. When it dries up long enough, they start to get cracked and you start to hurt your feet and those things, right? So I had that this week. So I thought, you know what? Okay, I need to do this. So I said, why don't you use sterling all over it and put some plastic and all that stuff? Well, for me, that was too much work. So you know, and so I did put every day I wake up with some sterling, but then here's what happened. I stopped putting FOL, so I put my sterling first. I don't think it matters really, but then I put some FOL on the crack that was hurt. It was really hurting my feet. And you know what? 2 days, 2 days, it's perfect. 2 days. So not only the sterling did its part to moisturize the feet, but FOL healed the wound. And I was just perfect because I went through a good 2 weeks just wearing loafers and, you know, just of course I drive a lot too, and then you start to get your feet start to get dry up, and when it gets to dry up, then if you don't deal with it, it's going to crack, right? You know, if that happens, that's going to hurt. How many guys have had that already, right? When you had dry feet and then start to hurt you. How many guys had that? So, well, here's what I did: sterling and FOL, and 2 days, perfect. So here's the thing about use case with sterling. If now I use sterling, you know, sometimes, you know, my elbows. I really put stuff on my face I never did even before because I use FOL. That's all I use, you know. But so sterling has become primarily now my elbows, my knees, and my feet. That's what I use to keep it tip-top shape. So, all right, those are my weird testimonials. David, do you have a weird testimonial of some of our products?
Well, I use it pretty standard, to be honest with you. Like I'm really religious on a lot of stuff. In fact, just before this call, I was gargling with you know, our mouthwash, only because not that anyone could smell my breath over the Zoom call. It's just that it seems to help my voice. You know,
Oh,
I
nice.
find it
Okay.
very. I really find it very refreshing. So when you have to speak to anyone, regardless if it's over Zoom or that, I think that I found a use for that. It's not an unusual use, but I think that people are sometimes self-conscious and they want to use it just because they think their breath should smell fresh. But I really think it helps your vocal cords. I find it soothing. So I use it in that way. It's not too unusual. It's not spreading it too far, but I use all our microsilver products. I'm faithful to Sterling. I find it very, very important for overall. I use it everywhere that I can. You know, but you know, in terms of case usages, I'm pretty typical. Fountain of Life, I use it daily in terms of uh, you know, as something to ingest, as opposed to I don't use it topically too much. Uh, you know, I'm sort of weird. I'm not wired like a normal person. I don't have sweat glands underneath my arms, which is sort of one of the weird things about me. So I never had that issue. So I can't attest to that, but I do know that. But I got sweat glands in the weirdest places in my body. But at
The
the
one thing
same
we get though, David, like people generally tell us this in private, and
uh-huh.
that is, well, I had, hemorrhoids, those type of testimonials. In the Caribbean, they got some real creative testimonials over there, and it's kind of funny and how they share it. We're very open to share it, I guess. So, okay, I want to hear other people's testimonial. Give me one of your use cases that is, if you consider using, let's say, from Revolution, if you're exploring our products, there's tons of use cases. I mean, you can literally eliminate 30 plus products from your household just with the Safe Home Revolution. 30 plus, those drawers you open up and it's full of bottles. You go to the bathroom, it's full of bottles. You go to the kitchen, it's full of bottles. Your laundry is full of bottles. Everywhere you go is full of bottles. Well, once you start exploring our use cases, you start to realize that you could literally get rid of 30 plus use cases. The other day, one of the kids was over and says, came to me and said, Amo, do you have a polysporin? Polysporin is this antibiotic cream that's good for wounds and I guess those type of things. And I said, well, you don't need it, So I gave him the Sterling. The next time he came back, and do you have any more Sterling? He's not asking for polysporin anymore. So again, here's one more product that you don't need to have or buy, have in your home, exploring your own. All right, who wants to put a hand up and share with me a testimonial, either yours or somebody you're selling the product to who wants to share? Today we're going to be interactive.
So I want to share a testimonial from my sister using Fountain of Life. She had a bad tooth. She had a toothache, and her filled had removed, came out. So, and she was struggling. She took painkillers. Everything didn't work. So what she did, she took Fountain of Life and put on a cotton wool and tuck it in the tooth. She stayed for it was very painful at the beginning, and then he stopped the pain. And she stayed forever. She didn't even remember to go back to the dentist. And when she removed the cotton, it wasn't smelling, because normally it will be smelling because of the germs, bacteria, and everything, but it wasn't smelling. So we said, you know what? This is antibacterial. So
That's
probably
fantastic.
did something. Yeah. So was very weird.
That's fantastic. Again, when it comes to odor, it's caused by bacteria, right, guys? You know what I like about the microsilver products? The fact that I can actually see the microsilver in the cream. I can actually see the microsilver in Sterling. I could see it in the night cream. I can see it in the mouthwash. I can see it in the spray. I mean, I love the mouthwash. You have to shake it, and then you can physically see microsilver in your little cup, and it's going on your mouth, and it's just going to the right places. Now, one of the things, David, we heard about coming from a market, they said, oh, somebody said there was silver is not silver can harm because it could you could digest it, it could get your skin, and of course they were talking about nano and not micro. You want to cover that bit?
Yeah, that's an interesting subject that I think people get confused with. But one thing I could want to really express to everyone that we have studies that show that when number one, microsilver is not nano silver, it's not colloidal silver, it's not silver water. It is 10 micron silver particles. And what's important
Take
about
notes,
that
guys. Take notes. You gotta know this stuff.
just
Take
means
notes. It's important.
it can't be absorbed by the body, and it cannot cause argyria. Argyria is a graying of the skin. It cannot cause damage to the kidneys like nanosilver can potentially do. However, the important thing for everyone to know, and they should keep this in mind, is that we have studies that show that, and I just reread them over the weekend, that show that if you should, ingest microsilver, that they have studies to show that it is excreted from the body and not absorbed. That's number one. Number two, people should and they should understand that this microsilver is what they're using in dental and hip implant technology. So what they're doing is coating dental implants and putting it into your jaws. The other thing they're doing is cover if you've ever seen a hip implant, it's pretty gruesome to watch, and I've watched many of them. But with the new implants to prevent infection, and that's the whole idea, they'll coat it with microsilver, the same microsilver we have in our products, and they'll put it right in the body. And the reason they're doing that is because it's totally safe, and they do know that if the microsilver should get into the bloodstream, whatever, that it'll be removed by the body. It's perfectly safe. And that's why they're using this type of technology. So, proof is that we've got multi-billion-dollar companies using microsilver in medical implants now and dental implants. It's because of its safety record is so high, as well as it's a powerful broad spectrum antimicrobial. And it doesn't rely, and it's not causing antibiotic resistance. So it's a perfect antimicrobial. And that's why it's so important. And it will not cause any health issues. We have the studies to show it, but we also have the backing of many medical companies now that are using microsilver in their dental and their medical implant products.
So these implants, David, they're expensive. I mean, was it $2,500 per $3,000 each?
I think a tooth, a dental implant is like almost $5,000 each now. I know that because I broke a tooth and my dentist wants to do it. It's except that I said, well, he's anxious because I broke two teeth. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he's planning his vacation around my mouth. But
Let's talk about this, David, because these implants, these manufacturers, oh, I think we should put some fluoride on these implants. They're not thinking that. They're thinking, let's go to silver, microsilver for these implants.
No, they're not going to put fluoride in there. They're not going to put anything that's going to cause issues because there's so many lawyers waiting for mistakes that it's highly litigious right now, especially in the United States. So they can't afford to be making products that could potentially cause harm. So safety is number one. Number two, if an infection should reoccur, people should understand that in the United States that they want to reduce infections. So if they have a hospital-acquired infection, meaning that if a patient, like say I go in for a hip implant and I develop an infection, I get to go back in that hospital and they treat me for no price. It's free. And they don't want that. They can't, if they had 30 patients, it could bankrupt the hospital. So what they want to do is make sure that they're using the best product possible. And that's why they're using microsilver coated implants. And they're using even in cranial implants now too. I just thought about that. If you have a problem here and they need to put a plate there, it will be microsilver plated. And it's just to reduce infections. And it's a highly safe and effective ways of doing this without utilizing a lot of drugs or anything or anything that could cause harm to a patient. They want to reduce that possibility. But this is an incredibly effective broad spectrum antimicrobial, and we should never ever forget that.
Okay, team, this is why there's 80 plus patents on this product. This is why it's expensive. This is not the silver that you coin that you have. This is not the silver water. This is not the nano stuff that everybody's selling cheap. No, 80 plus patents. You know what that is? Expensive. You know what it costs to get a patent out? I know. costs about 50 grand for one, right? So this is what's in all your micro silver products. All right, so anyone wants to share with that? Move on to the next topic.
Marie Claire.
Very clear.
Marie Claire, open your mic. Yep.
Yes, I did. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are getting me clearly.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to everyone. Marie-Claire Kashrama, as you see, that's my name. I recently launched my business with Opulence Global.
Welcome.
So
Welcome home.
far, I'm eager to be educating myself to master the product before I rush to my prospect. I'm shyly talking with my prospect until now, but I'm still in the process of educating myself by attending all the presentation. So far, I'm using the FOL Divine and the toothpaste Microsilver. My testimony is about the toothpaste, the Microsilver. I had an inflammation of my gums. It was bleeding while brushing morning and evening. Actually, I was like swallowing my food because it was painful masticating food, be it meat, bread, fish, or whatever. I was just swallowing. Before I make an appointment with a dentist, I happened to join Opulence and I got some toothpaste, the Microsilver. So I start using it. And before I realized, it was about after 2 or 3 days, I really don't know because I was not expecting it. So before I realized, it was about 2 or 3 days, as I said, I was positively surprised that there were no more bleeding, there were no pain, and until today. So
Very nice.
yeah, I have to say that that's a real good product. I cannot say that it is expensive when we see what it can bring as a well-being or wellness. So until today, I'm with my macro silver. I I put on hold my appointment with the dentist because it's like I actually don't need to see him, and I'm very proud, confident with the toothpaste micro silver.
Love it.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that. I love it. That's why if we tell you guys, don't just leave with one product, people, because you just don't know where the testimonial is going to come from. In this case with Marie Claire, it's the toothpaste, microsilver toothpaste that's done it. You should try also the mouthwash, the spray. These things are incredible. All right, so what else? Who wants to share? Who do you guys should have some other weird testimonials or something that's outside the norm that we always talk about? What is it? Share with me. Put your hand up. And good for Mary Claire. She's new. She's already on the call and contributing and sharing with the call. Who else wants to share?
We have a question here first from Lynn William. Hi,
Okay.
David. I understand how Divine was designed to work. What if someone cannot swallow? Can it be opened and dissolved in water to consume? How best to use it by this method?
I was on mute there. One thing to understand is that one of the great things about Divine is the capsule technology that we're using. And one of the problems that many companies have faced when they introduce their products, especially things like glutathione products, the gastric juices in our stomach actually does harm the product, the ingredients itself, and it doesn't get to where it can be absorbed in our system. So if you open up that capsule and pour it into water and ingest it, there's a high likelihood it will not get to the small intestine where it's going to be absorbed. It's going to be a challenge, to be honest with you. With that person, You know, if you take a Fountain of Life, you can take it sublingually, obviously, and that would negate the need to swallow the product. But definitely, that capsule technology is very important because a lot of companies have failed where I think Divine will be successful because it is coated and it's got technology to ensure that the product is delivered to where it can be absorbed by the body.
Yeah, so it's an extra layer of protection for the product. I mean, obviously, still some of it will get into your system as food does as well. Food does as well. But yeah,
Yeah, it will. It definitely, you're right. It will get there. It's just that you're not going to get maximum dosage. You might have to, you know, quite honestly, if you want to, you might want to counteract it by taking more products. To be honest with you, if that's the question and you're dissolving it that way, I would double or triple my dose at least, because you got to understand that some will slide through.
so the Divine is, I'm still mesmerized by this product so much. So I know some people say, not some, a few people have said maybe something bothers their stomach because there's vitamins in it or whatever, but people sometimes they can't take vitamin C or vitamin D or whatever, that bothers them. For me, it was never like that. I mean, I can take an empty stomach, I can take it full stomach, it doesn't matter. I've taken 2, I've taken 3 at a time, no problem. But there are times if you're fasting, right? I've done this before where I've taken, I think 3 or 4 at one time, and then my stomach feels something because I'm fasting. There's nothing there. Also, you know, in that case, look, experience it. If you find that you need some help, reduce the product, space it out, have it with food, but do not stop. Divine is the most unbelievable product. I mean, what it's doing for my body. I mean, you've seen the videos with the athletes. What glutathione, as well as a grapeseed extract, pycnogenol, which is called by other companies, or pine bark. These are the most powerful beast mode performers, you know, soldiers fighting for health. And together, I cannot go without Divine. Now, I think I've always had to get through all at the same time. So I don't know, but I did read that one of the beneficial benefits of glutathione was it makes other super antioxidants even work better, to observe better. It elevates them even further. So now we got glutathione with 2 other incredible super antioxidants like grapeseed extract, and then you've got pine bark. Plus, we got the Fountain of Life. So maybe the reason why I'm getting this Superman feeling is because even FOL, even grapeseed, even pine bark is performing much higher level because glutathione is elevating them to do that. But do not stop. If you find your body is reacting to it's rare, very, very rare. But if your body is reacting to the Divine, it's a powerful product, right? Find a way to figure it out. You know, have it with food. You know, don't take more than 1 at a time. If that's the case, that means you have to spread during the. You need to have 3 a day. You know, listen. If it comes down to it, that you actually have to open the capsule and mix it with a shake, so yeah. You know, you'll get some of it. You don't get. You know, David's talking about there is an extra layer of protection when you have it with a capsule, but it's still gonna get your intestines. You're still gonna benefit from it, much like food. I mean, you eat everything, right? It goes through to your body system anyways. But it just gives that extra layer. But if you have to, open it up, make a shake out of it, do it. Do not stop taking Divine. I love to say a lot of things, but you know, we just can't say it. Just look around you. Just look around you. Just over the last months, weeks, few months, last year, how many people fell ill around you? Just take a look around you. I mean, how many people you know that all of a sudden, miraculously, they got cancer, heart disease, clotting, they get everything that's going wrong with them? How many people you know that's passed away, deceased, gone? Like I have people at 30, 40 years old, people I know just collapse. This is happening now And there was an article about this yesterday. They're talking about how what was a disease that's on the rise? Dementia is one of them, and there was something else that was, I think, was related with heart, myocarditis, but the harder version. And people are dying, right? Just watch the videos for Divine and find a way to be its friend. It's not a choice. Post-pandemic, products like Divine is not a choice. Become its friend. Find a way to use it. Now, for 90% of you, it's just puppet. For 95% of you, it's just puppet. But even if there is 1 or 2% of you that say, well, for some reason, I'm having a difficult time. So what? Figure it out. You cannot say, well, you know, it's inconvenient, so I'll expose myself to the world of, well, everybody around you is falling, right? So I mean, I wish I could just talk more about it. I can't. But I'm here to tell you, you've seen the videos. Okay? Stay true religiously with your fountain of life and your divine. All right. So we got some stuff going on in the chat. Thanks, David. Thailand allows our see you again on the Zoom. You know what, David? We have to send it to Thailand. Yeah, Thailand allows. Hey, okay, Thailand, make some noise. Let's give him some encouragement. We're gonna send David.
Oh,
hey,
I love Thailand. I've been there. I've worked there a few times, so it's
there you go. So that's an easy
beautiful,
trip.
beautiful country. Beautiful.
Yeah, you and I traveled to Singapore together once. Well,
yeah, that was a nice trip.
Yeah, we're in Singapore. You and I. Did we go to Philippines too, or no? You and I.
No, we went to St. Lucia.
St. Lucia together as well.
St. Lucia, and then, but I remember Singapore was an incredible trip.
Yeah,
oh my God! Wow, what a beautiful group of people. It was so much fun. It was really just, I'm so honored just to be there.
Who wants David in that country? Make some noise.
This Canada?
Who wants David? Make some noise.
Yeah, there you go.
You might get your wish.
There you
I'm
go.
giving you a Christmas night.
There you go.
So we have some few hands up. Sherry, if you can unmute, please.
Mary Claire was always speaking. So let's go to Sherry.
Sherry.
Hey, Ramin. Hi, Ramin. How are you doing?
Hello. How are you doing, Sherry?
Hi. Very good, very good. So I just want to go straight ahead. I want to share a very exciting story from my friend. She is a good friend of mine, and she got 2 bottles of Fun of Life from me just before I left for Toronto. That was like back in July, and she forced her husband to take it because her husband has some prostate issues. So she said her husband used to have to get up around like about 7-8 times every night to go to use the restroom. And quality of life. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good now. You're good now.
I'm good. Okay. So that I'm just saying that my friend was saying her husband's prostate issue really bothered them, like both of them. Not for himself, he has to get up, and then when he get up, she got up too. So anyway, so after she took they took her husband took Fun of Life about over a month, and that 7 to 8 times down to 2 to 3 times now, and also the quality of life that's improved, and her husband is in a better mood, and they're in a better relationship. So I was very happy that our product could help them, and so yeah, that I like to share with everyone here.
Thank you very much, Sherry, for that. Our operation managers, Nat says they want everybody at headquarters to come to Thailand. Why don't we just move with the headquarters to Thailand? Yes, you know what? You know what, Manager Nat? Something about Thailand. Nobody says no to Thailand. Even David says he's been there a couple of times and he would like to come back. Hey, David, so we got Thailand, we got Trinidad, we have Philippines are asking for you. So,
Philippines, I like, well, Trinidad too. I love the Caribbean. So, you know, I never say no.
all right, World Tour
There you go.
2025. Put your inquiries in who you want at your country. Put your Laos. Hey, Ottawa. Hey, Rama. Ottawa's not a country.
I like Ottawa too, though. Ottawa's a beautiful city. It's one of the great cities to visit in Canada. Truly wonderful.
Tanzania. All right. So I think that's Mary Madam probably saying that. She wants to send you on Sunday on the safari. All right. So who else we got that wants a Gloria? Go for it.
We have Dorothy came first.
Dorothy, you too. Go for it.
Good evening, good morning, everybody. I just want to say that a couple weeks ago, I started using the Fountain of Life under my arms. I usually don't use the other one with aluminum because I know what the aluminum does to your breast. And I could not find anything without the aluminum. And I said, you know what? Let me try the Fountain of Life. And I've been using that every day, and it keeps no sense come up, no hot sweating come out, and it really, really helped me a lot. So it's good to use the Fountain of Life as your deodorant. And the other thing that I just spoke about, the Divine. I really can't get them swallowed. I started using them from the day I bought 6 of them. I got some sold and I had 2. My husband and myself used. And I really can't get it swallowed. And I decided to open it and throw it in a little protein or something like that. So I am kind of glad to hear that you said you can still use it, open it, and it will help. But I want to know if I must just use 1 or 2.
You're supposed to have 3 days, right? 1 for every meal. So that's the proper dosage based on Health Canada dosage.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, and any chance you get, trust me, Dorothy is protecting you like beyond belief. All right, Gloria, go.
Good night, Sir Ramin. Good night, good evening, good morning to my whole Opulence family. You know, I have a wonderful testimony with that Fountain of Life, Ramin. A morning, you know Big Mike, right? Well, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. LD2, Gloria Charles. Okay, good. And one morning, Big Mike, he called me about 6:30. And I like, why am I calling me so early? He said, Gloria, get up. You up? I said, yeah, I'm up. He said, I'm on a Zoom, but I want to talk to you. There's a woman, they're about to decapitate her foot, her leg. He said, oh God, that woman, I can't see that happen. We talked to her, I talked to her, Mike talked to her, and she never listened. So I said, Mike, you sure? He said, yes, this week they're going to take off that foot and then operate and get rid of that leg. I said, no. I said, how much days we have? He said that, well, the family already made the decision. They're going to take off that foot. I said, Mike, let's pray. Let's pray. Let's pray. So we did pray. And then he said, Gloria, I'm on a Zoom. We are going back on the Zoom, and I'll join you in the Zoom so that we could, talk about it with the other persons. And I did went to the Zoom, and then the Zoom people did pray too, and they decided to call her. When they call her, she said, you all, guess what? I've got 12 days, 12 days, 12 days, 14 days before they take off my foot. So what we could do. I said, wow, yes, we got time. We got enough time to save that leg. So we decided to get some products to that lady, and that feet had gangrene. So it was terrible, right? And in about 3 days, there was seeing improvement. The gangrene was like, getting less. And the feet, that stench was gone. And then that area started to get a pretty pink with some scab. All right. So then it was really excited. And then before you stay long, well, there was no more taking off of that, decapitating that feet. That feet was awesome. She continued to drink and drink and put, and then that leg is safe. So Mike said, Gloria, guess what we're going to do? We're going to take out on all our names of the clinics, and we will put St. Rotten Foot Clinic, because we're going to bathe people with the fountain of life, because it really works, people. No matter how bad that foot is, it's going to work. All right? Thank you.
Fantastic. Gloria from Trinidad. When I was down there, I hear some of the craziest testimonials down there. Caribbean, they got so much soul, they get so excited. They're really good storytellers. So fantastic. You see Renee's here. Renee, why don't you take us home and let's close the call?
Well, again, thank you so much. Good evening, Ramin. Of course, David, thank you for an amazing call. Just wanted to share that for me, I just love talking about our products every day, all day long. In fact, yesterday I was on a beautiful, of course, gorgeous 100-foot yacht. Of course, actually with our CEO and our SVP. It was a really nice event, one of our good friends. And, the whole time, people just always ask me, like, what do you do for a living, Renee? What do you do for a living? And, I just share with them basically my usual stories, that I'm in the fashion, beauty, and health personal care business. And, we now have started in Canada. We're now in over 160 countries. And, and they get more curious. And so eventually I just share with them again my most favorite story, which is, again, starting off with how we came across Fountain of Life, in Finland, the tree blocking the light. Anyway, long story short, I made a mistake because I only brought about 10 bottles of Fountain of Life on that yacht, Ramin. And basically, I had a good night, more than one drink for sure. And this morning when I woke up, I realized, oh my goodness, all my bottles are gone. I have a pocket full of cash in my wallet and a bunch of e-transfers sent to me. So for me, Remy, it's just so much fun doing what we do. And even this morning, I had some of the people call me back, say, Renee, Ashley, my sister-in-law, she wants to buy 2 more bottles from you. Are you able to meet tomorrow? And of course, now they're asking about Divine. What's Divine? And can you send me more information? So just want to remind everyone that as long as you're just, do you, be happy, be caring, be sharing, and just share with the world, the incredible products that we have. You're going to have success. And so, Ramin, just want to say again, thank you so much for doing this call this evening. And again, just constantly back-to-back testimonials. They keep piling up here. And as the saying goes, right, if you truly love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life. And that's honestly how I feel in this business. Again, thank you so much, Ramin. And back to you.
Thank you, Renee. Actually, Sanaz her phone's been ringing too. And then she's like, oh, I had to call somebody back. People calling for Divine, people calling for Foil. And all day she has people messaging her as well. All right, with that, our fearless hostess, take us home. Thanks, David. Good to be partnering with you tonight.
Thank you, Ramin. It's great. It's a pleasure. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody who shared their testimonial. Thank you, Ramin. Thank you, David, as usual. Thank you very much, Ramin, for your training, giving us amazing knowledge. Thank you very much, David, for your knowledge as well. And thank you, everybody who shared their experience with our products. And thank you, everybody, for joining this call. And have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, and see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, to the billion.
Oh, yeah.